Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Soccer Showdown. Martino Puccio, Gio Cozzolino with me. Serie A version, a Paisan podcast, maybe too, if you listen to any of those on SoundCloud. We're here to talk about this past week in Serie A. So first, we'll talk about the biggest game. That was Juve-Napoli. Higuain's return to Napoli ended up in a draw. What was your opinion of it? What did you think?
On the podcast, we talked about it a little bit. We were talking about how, well, in my opinion, at least I thought, in an unbiased opinion, Napoli dominated the match. They limited Juve to one shot on target, and that only shot was the goal.
It was the goal, yeah.
Unfortunately, there's plenty of chances from Insigne and Mertens. Even though Mertens didn't have a great game, Mertens did hit the post as well. So remember that. And Hamsik scored the goal. I think Napoli outplayed them. I think they were really the only team on the field. It's just, that one chance, that one slip up, and it cost them 3 points. And so now they're even farther back from Roma with 4 points. So it's going to be a little bit more of an uphill climb for second place now.
Yeah.
I mean, with Roma, losing, they can choke, but.
Well, you have to remember anyways that the 4 spots for the Champions League doesn't come in till 2018-2019 season.
So they need
So
that second
still,
place.
it's going to be battling out in the summer in August to go get a Champions League spot. It looks like that way for Napoli at this point. So we're going to move over to Milan and Pescara, and Milan's fight for a European spot just gets tougher now after they draw against the worst team in the league by far. Pescara's led up over 60 goals this season this far, and yet Milan has only scored 2 goals against them. Despite injuries, it's no excuses. The worst team in the league by far. The only goal that Pescara got was because Gabi Paletta passed the ball back to Donnarumma, and Donnarumma let the ball go through his legs and ended up being a goal. Really the only big mistake that Donnarumma has made this season, and obviously it's a costly one for Milan. They don't pick up the points that they should against teams like that or Palermo. So I think it's a big problem for them now, especially when Inter drops points to Chievo this past week. I think that's who they played. Or no, it might have been Sampdoria. Well, either way, Inter drops a couple points, and Milan still gained a point on them. But at the same time, it just doesn't look like they're going to make a European spot.
Yeah, I'm looking at the table right now because I wasn't too sure about the standings. Milan's in 7th with 54. They need at least to go to qualification. They need to be at 5th, and Atalanta's there 4 points ahead, and Lazio's in 4th for 60, so that's 6 points. 4th and 5th are not completely out of reach. Lazio still has to play Roma and Napoli, so that's
I think it is when you drop points against Pescara. It's done.
No, of course.
I know what you mean. Mathematically,
going forward, they
still
have
possible.
some sort of chance. I still think that they can reach 5th.
Need to
at
beat
least.
Roma and Inter.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no two ways about it. You need to pick up those points.
And we know that Milan played better than Pescara. It's not a question about that. It's just.
It's about finishing. Come on.
The mentality of winning.
I hate this whole mentality in soccer when people just always just assume, they deserve to win, they deserve to lose. No, the result, what you got is what you deserve.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with they deserve this, they deserve that. No, it's if they actually deserved it, they would have gotten it. And Milan didn't deserve the 3 points because they didn't play well enough. You didn't score enough goals against the worst team in the league. You made mistakes like that, so it's going to be a problem. So, anyways, moving on to the other Milan club in that city is Inter. Inter drops another game like that against Sampdoria. Just an inferior team talent-wise and all around as a club. Inter has just been the biggest disappointment in Serie A by far. I don't think it's any argument considering all the money they've been spending over these past transfer
seasons,
markets, even in January too when they picked up Gagliardini. So. Your opinion on Inter is Inter looks like they might get a European spot. They still have a good chance at it. What do they have to do?
Yeah, they're still holding on. When Pioli first came in as manager and took over for who was it, De Boer, right?
De Boer, but they let Mancini go. And it's just been 3 managers in under 9 months.
And when Pioli first came in, they went on that hot streak. They played everyone very well, and they were winning games, getting results left and right. I think they had a huge streak actually, and that's why they are where they are.
They kind of turned things around once they had that draw against Milan.
Right. And now the past few matches for them they've been dipping down again. Sluggish. Yeah. And I remember one podcast we were talking about. You were saying how they have the money to buy players and things like that, but the players that they're buying aren't producing, and that's true. I know I mentioned Kandreva before. I haven't really seen much from Kandreva this year.
He scored the goal against Milan in the
yeah,
derby, but he hasn't. I talked to like Inter fans like Antonio, our friend, and
Right.
there really is. He's been completely disappointed.
Yeah, he's been very disappointing, especially
Kandreva.
what he's shown on the national team last season and Lazio. We know
These
that he
past
has.
couple
Yeah,
years.
we know that he can tear up the wing, and he's not.
But that's why moving to a big club like Inter, Milan, or Juve is actually a big deal for some players, no matter how well they played in the past years. Like even Cerci, when Cerci came to play for Milan, even Atletico too. I mean, it's just a bigger club from Torino, and they just flop. They can't do it. So I think Milan and Inter. It really depends. If I say whoever beats the other team in the derby
We'll take the European spot.
We'll get that European spot, but even then, it's still a stretch because Milan still has to play Roma.
Listen, I think it's still possible for Milan. It's slim. It's not.
I don't think
it's
so.
slim. I'm saying.
I know it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think they need a lot of results to go their way. That's true.
They've had too many injuries,
but they can beat Inter. I'm not.
Oh, they can.
Yeah, they
it's
can
a derby
absolutely
game.
beat them.
Those are always close. They beat Juve twice this year. I don't see any reason why they can't beat Inter because a home game.
Absolutely.
Because a game against Inter is technically always a home game for both teams. So that'll wrap it up for this episode. Tune in next week for more Serie A recap. You can listen in on soccershowdown.net, even on SoundCloud. We have the Paisan podcast. It's between the two of us.
Monday we'll be talking about the weekend.
If you're only interested in Serie A. And Soccer Showdown, our show, airs on Thursday. I do that with Jersey Joe Archino in case you haven't noticed that. Go and check out the site. Like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. Thank you. Tune in next time.
See you guys.